Oh, that was beautiful, Brenda. Thank you so much. Really touched my heart. Oh, good morning, everyone, on this beautiful, feels like a summer day. I know it's still spring, but a beautiful day. And my name is Reverend Dr. Kathleen Johnson. I'm the spiritual director for Center for Spiritual Living, Delaware. And we are a spiritual community that welcomes you, whoever you are, wherever you are in your spiritual path. Whatever spiritual path has brought you here, you are welcome. We're extending our love and our open arms to you. And what I would like to do in this moment is something a little different than what I normally do. Our topic today is say their names. So I'm going to invite Michelle to read the names of all the people who are here with us today, just in acknowledgement.
I'll try to project.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, Carolyn Murdoch, Dan Johnson, Deb Chamberlain, Shia Stone, Tom Clark, Dean Reagan, Dwayne Preston, Janet Davis, Jeanette, Jen Lyons, Jenny Stewart, Kelly Garrity, right, thank you. Kristen Peak, Linda Patton, Marcy Knox, Mary Ann Muelter, Mary B., Mary Kegelman, Peggy Frymoyer, Sandy Long, Sharon Bousquet, back to you, Reverend Kathleen.
Right, and then all of those who are here with us on Facebook too, you are just important to our hearts. It's important for us just to hear our names called as part of spiritual community. Also, I think Deb Chamberlain, I didn't hear you call her name, but I know Deb is also on the call today. So just take a breath, take all of that in, acknowledge the presence of all the individuals that make up our spiritual community, and just give thanks for that. And then repeat after me. I am that I am.
I am that I am.
Beloved God presence that I am.
Beloved God presence that I am.
Is moving through me and as me.
Is moving through me and as me.
I invoke the divine presence.
I invoke the divine presence.
To fill every cell of my body with light.
To fill every cell of my body with light.
To surround me with a pillar of light.
To surround me with a pillar of light.
To fill all of my affairs with light.
To fill all of my affairs with light.
I allow the pure light and love of the divine.
I allow the pure light and love of the divine.
To flow from me and move me.
To flow from me and move me.
To be of highest service to all life.
To be of highest service to all life.
I joyfully bring love and light.
I joyfully bring love and light.
To all who enter my field of awareness.
To all who enter my field of awareness.
Knowing that my light contributes to the enlightenment of all.
Contributes to the enlightenment of all.
And so let's accept that. Let's integrate it with a powerful yes, and so it is. Lovely. So Deb, good morning and welcome.
Everyone. Thank you so much. Beautiful start to the service. I see everybody here. It was nice to hear everyone's names. And this is my last service on Zoom. Those on Facebook will still get to see us on Facebook, but I'll be in Delaware the next time you see me playing, so yay for that. I'd love to start out with a song I wrote called I Am. Crawling over broken glass, sorting fantasy from fact. Let the chips fall, don't look back, finding who I am. Cleaning up the mess I made, bearing all the heavy weight, seeing love in all the hate, finding who I am. I am truth, I am freedom, I am the me in you, I am human, I am peace, I am freedom, I am the you in me, I am human, I am human. Where I'm going, heaven knows, patience finds me blow by blow, my reflections in the glow of finding who I am. Without you, there is no me. Grace is all my heart can see. Forgiveness is my legacy. Finding who I am. I am truth. I am freedom. I am the me in you. I am human. I am peace, I am freedom, I am the you and me, I am human, I am human. When I fall, faith guides me through, I hear the call and reach for you. I am truth, I am freedom, I am the me in you, I am human, I am peace, I am freedom, I am the you in me, I am human, I am human, I am truth, I am freedom, I am the me in you, I am human, I am peace, I am freedom, I am the you in me, I am human, I am human, I am human, I am. Thank you all so much. And I would love to welcome back Brenda with her soothing voice.
Good morning, everyone. Make sure I'm off mute. Oh, okay. So I'm going to be a little bit more energized on this part. I'm coming out of the meditation from before, so now you get to hear my awake voice. So anyway, thank you for joining us today, and just wanted to start the service off with this wonderful recognition of this one awesome, loving God that is everywhere and in everything and in everybody and between us all, on Zoom, on Facebook, on phones, everywhere. And very soon, next week, in person. So anyway, I recognize this universal wisdom, this intelligence, wisdom, love, and all that is good. And with that infinite spirit, I am one with that, and so are we. And Science of Mind has a wonderful, wonderful quote called unity. Today I realize that I am one with the all good. My God and I are one. I cannot be hid from his face. I behold the O Most High, enthroned in my temple of flesh. The secret place is within me. I feel thy presence. I hear thy voice. I rejoice in thy light. Today, my body responds to the beingness of being perfect in divine perfection. I know my perfection and my wholeness. I am complete and perfect now. Thank you, God. Let every thought of disease flee from me. Release and let thy light shine. O light eternal, O light of my life, I come unto thee, thy presence with joy and thanksgiving. And so be it, and so be it. And with that, thank you so much. That thankfulness, that gratitude for this center, for everyone in here. I'm so glad we named the names and the Facebook people that are joining us. I'm so thankful for the center and Reverend Kathleen and everyone that's involved in the service today. And that gratitude fills my heart, which I know it fills your heart, with love and light and joy, that we get to live this life of joy together in this earth. So anyway, I digress. We must move on to the service. And now I get to introduce Tom. Thank you very much.
Brenda, thank you so very, very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tom Clark. What a gift and a blessing it is to be here with you today. I am your host today. If you are joining us by Zoom for the first time, please let me know through the chat so I can personally welcome you and assist you with signing up for our newsletter. Sharon Bousquet will connect with those of you joining us for the first time on Facebook. Please read with me our intention statement. We, the Center for Spiritual Living Delaware, are an inclusive, welcoming, vibrant, ever-expanding spiritual community. Rooted in new thought, ancient wisdom principles, we are here to be the presence of love, co-creating heaven on earth, a world that works for all. Let's start our announcements with our Young Spiritual Masters Program update from Shaya. Hello, Shaya.
Hello, Tom. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I had the wonderful opportunity to hang with Jalen and Lawson this morning on our Zoom program. And what we did today, since we only meet once a month now, we went over, what was in all of the newsletters over the past month, and we had adventure, which was really awesome. We talked about new things that we are trying and new things that we are learning how to do and things like that. Unconditional love around Mother's Day and that celebration, and then we also focused on the good, focusing on the good in all. Of all of our experiences and all of our people throughout, people that we know throughout the month, we focus on that. So today was about honoring those who came before us, and remembering and honoring those who served America, since Memorial Day is around us. And they did some beautiful imagery to honor. For Jalen, she chose to, I'm going to share this. She chose to honor her family, and she used some beautiful imagery, and she wrote all the words down here of all of her family. And I just thought that was really, really beautiful. And Lawson, right? He did this beautiful picture. Oops, sorry. Honoring soldiers who have passed, and he had a Gigi Pop who was in the service too. I just love those pictures. So I really wanted to share them with you. And I'm hoping that the next time we meet, we're going to meet in person. The details are being worked out for that and when that happens. So hopefully that will happen soon. Really quick little insert. We had our Synergy Circle last Friday, and we had a super wonderful time. And we are looking forward to meeting the next fourth Friday in June in person. And we are just want to invite everybody to come and play with us. Just we're going to put out some art materials to inspire our hands to be busy and creative while we just chit chat and look into each other's eyes and enjoy each other's company. So I'm really hoping everybody can come and join us for that and learn more about what the Synergy Circle is all about. Till then, thank you very much.
Shia, I have to acknowledge that you're doing such a beautiful job. And also, everybody should know that tomorrow is your birthday, which we all want to say that's just a wonderful, beautiful thing. And I have to ask you, do your children know where do you get a birthday present for a cat?
I don't think they would know that. Where would you get a birthday present for a cat, Mr. Tom?
From a catalog. And then,
of course.
wasn't that just perfect? Perfect.
Perfect. It was.
Thank you for everything that you're doing with our children. The Board of Trustees has set an intention to return in-person services. Masks will be required, more details soon, with live streaming to Facebook on Sunday, June 6th. That same afternoon will be Yorkland Day, beginning at 12 p.m. Artist Sally Petrillo will be selling 35 of her paintings at the CSL Delaware table that afternoon in the CC Arts backyard. She will donate half of her sales proceeds to the CSL Delaware House Band Fund. We are seeking volunteers to help with indoor cleanup and prepare for our return. If you would like to volunteer, please join us Friday, June 4th at CC Arts between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Any amount of time you have available to help will be greatly appreciated. The CS Delaware, in partnership with the Association for Global New Thought, is celebrating the season for the Earth from April through June. We are devoted to making caring, spiritually motivated choices that heal and nurture a thriving, healthy planet. Information and tips for honoring the Earth will be shared in our newsletter. This week, learn how to make toxic-free home cleaning formulas for every area of your home. May is Asian American and Pacific Island AAPI Heritage Month. Every year, this is an opportunity to learn about the diversity within AAPI communities and how deep their connections are to all facets of the American history. Our newsletter has a link to stories airing through the Public Broadcasting System, PBS, spotlighting the lives, heritage, and contributions of our Asian American and Pacific Islander brothers and sisters. Well, we have it today. We are going hiking. What a beautiful day for that, at Judge Morris State Park in Newark. We will meet at 2 p.m. in the parking lot. And I would suggest that after service, if you would just kind of wait in there, Dan will gladly speak to anyone about where to meet and where we're going for the hike. Minister, thought leader, speaker, author David Alt will be our guest speaker on May 30th, and musician-songwriter Mary Barash will be our guest musician. Please make plans to attend. For details and Zoom links on activities, visit the CSL Delaware website under the Get Involved tab, or the CSL Delaware newsletter in your email. And at this time, I'd like to bring Deb back. And Deb, as a segue into this song, your music is in my soul, and I'm very thankful for you.
Oh, thank you, Tom. I'm so thankful for you. One of my biggest fans. So we're going to sing together a song by Daniel Nemad. It's a real simple song, so I hope you'll sing along at home. It's called Father of My Soul. soul. Thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, 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 Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. For the light and the shadow, for the triumphs and trials, for the moment in mystery, for the sorrows and the smiles, for the peace and the conflict, for the silence and song, for the calm and confusion, for the winter and the warm. Oh, 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 Mother of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, oh, Mother of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. For the light and the shadow, for the triumphs and trials, for the moment in mystery, for the sorrow and the smiles, for the peace and the conflict, for the silence and song, for the calm and confusion, for the winter and the warm. Oh, 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 Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, 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 Father of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, 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 Mother of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Oh, 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 Mother of my soul, thank you for the blessings of the day. Thank you for the blessings of the day. Thank you for the blessings of the day. Thank you all so much, so much. Now I'd love to bring on a beautiful blessing in our community, Carolyn.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Carolyn Murdoch. I am a practitioner here at Center for Spiritual Living, Delaware, and it is my honor to lead us in our reading today. The theme for May 2021 is Holy, Holy Uprising. The topic for today is Say Their Names. That is, we are honoring and name the one and the many for having blessed us. If you were here earlier, you heard for our meditation, you heard Brenda say this quote. It bears repeating. Thomas Troward said, "The Bible calls the divine being by a variety of names. Each of them implies all the others, since each suggests some particular aspect of that, which is the all-embracing unit, the everlasting one, which cannot be divided, and any one aspect of which therefore convey to the instructed mind the suggestion of all the others." That's from Thomas Troward. And Ernest Holmes wrote this about the ones who have transitioned. It is human to grieve over the loss of dear ones. We love them and cannot help missing them. But a true realization of the immortality and continuity of the individual soul will rob our grief of hopelessness. We shall realize that they are in God's keeping and they are safe, that their life still flows on with the currents of eternity. We shall feel that we have not lost them. They have only gone before. And that's from the Science of Mind textbook. Now let us do our part to make a difference for now and future generations by affirming together our affirmation. I rise up and lead. I am someone's answered prayer. Let's do that again. I rise up and lead. I am someone's answered prayer. And breathe that in. Wow, what a statement. And at this time, it is my honor and my pleasure to bring back our beloved spiritual director, Reverend Dr. Kathleen Johnson.
Oh, Carolyn, that was just lovely. Thank you for bringing us into that space of knowing who we are and what we're up to today. Holy, holy uprising. That's the topic for that's the theme for the entire month. Rising up wholly, completely, totally into that holy space of consciousness, of oneness, that place of interconnectedness. And so as a leading edge organization, a spiritual organization, we are part of a grand organization, the Centers for Spiritual Living, and part of a greater movement with other organizations called New Thought. And what we hold in common is that we teach that there is only one universal mind, one universal intelligence, one universal presence that is the source of all that exists, and that we are not only of it, but we are unified with it. I love what our teachers tell us, and what I know to be true is that the entirety of that presence is centered everywhere because it's indivisible. So right here where I am, right where you are, is the very power, presence, life, vibrancy, creative nature of the Most High God. And therefore our word has unmentionable, just an amazing power. And so we embrace that power and we use it for good. The CSL global vision has all different aspects to it, but the one that I'm focusing on for today is the one that speaks to the idea of seeing humanity living and growing as one global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life. And that we as a CSL community have the spiritual tools and the spiritual philosophy to realize that vision of one global community by having a holy, holy uprising into the field of oneness consciousness. We have the tools to support that. So let's have it right here and right now. Let's claim it for ourselves. And so today we rise up into that oneness consciousness by entering that field of love and connection with others, by naming, telling the stories, and celebrating those who have contributed to our lives. And because we're all interconnected, we're all contributing, those who have gone before us and those who are sharing this planet with us, those who are willing to take the lead and take us into those higher frequencies of living. And this is done in many ways in our culture. We have our services and so on, but when we honor those of the past, we have celebration of life services, memorial services throughout the world of one kind or another. We have monuments, memorial monuments, such as what's present at 9/11 and the Vietnam monument that's down in Washington, D.C. that lists all the names, right? All the names are there. It's not just this many people died, but there's an attention to names of individuals. There are quilts, the AIDS quilts, and the holidays, like the Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, celebrated by our Latinx brothers and sisters. All of these are ways of saying the names, telling the stories, and honoring those who have gone before and contributed and enriched our lives. So the Say Their Names campaign that has been brought forward as part of the Black Lives Matter movement originated in 2014 from the Say Her Name campaign that was adopted from an African-American forum that brought that forward and knew the importance of naming the names of those who have been affected by police brutality and telling their stories, knowing that this was the way in which you open the heart of compassion. Because think about it, statistics, numbers, you know, it's all up here, it's all intellectual. But when we name someone's name and we tell someone's story, something happens within us. We feel connected with them, our hearts open. We feel compassion, and we are spurred into an action of some kind or another, whether it's prayer or donations or whatever it is. We're spurred into action because we want to be part of making a difference. So hearing and seeing a story of an actual living, breathing person then has an effect on us. Think of the case of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Saying their names and knowing their stories brought a sense of discomfort that, you know, like on what's going on in terms of racism and a desire to change that. It really moves us into a place of wanting to be the difference that we came here to be. So saying each other's names then is a powerful way to make connection. That's why I had Michelle read all the names of those who were on Zoom with us today. And for those of you who are on Facebook, I invite you to put your names in, you know, in the chat, in not the chat box, but the comments. Put your names in there. Say your names. Let us know who you are. Just being a number, you know, so often we look at the Facebook and we just see a number there, but it's so much more valuable to realize these are real people here. These are living, breathing people. And then make connections with each other because we're all part of the greater community of life. The metaphysical meaning of name, you know, I have a metaphysical dictionary from the Unity movement, and I love to refer to it every once in a while to look up the metaphysical meaning of things. So the metaphysical meaning of name has to do with nature or a state of consciousness. So when we say in the name of Jesus Christ, when we hear that, we're talking about in the nature of. You know, when we say that the names of others in this, you know, Jesus the Christ, Buddha, Krishna, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, what happens in saying that name is it brings up the story of that individual and what they stand for. And it lives in us in a whole different way than just, again, reading about numbers or statistics. And notice that in biblical stories, and this happens in the TM movement and other movements as well, is that when someone reaches another level of consciousness through spiritual practice, through their prayers and their meditations and their contemplations, they get a new name. Abram became Abraham. Saul became Paul. Jesus became Jesus the Christ. And actually, we talk about Christ being a principle that is present, the divine potential that resides within us all. And so those names have meaning. And there's a lot more attention these days, I understand, to having baby naming ceremonies. And I encourage you to take a look at the meaning of your own name. If you haven't already, you can look it up online. I found out mine means purity. Kathleen stands for purity. And Michelle's was something to the effect of like God. Yeah, one who is like God. Dan's, it has to do with sincerity and generosity and things like that. So it's helpful to realize that our names stand for more than just a name. It stands for a body of consciousness that we bring forth onto the planet. I'd like to share with you the story of Robert Morales, age 15, who was killed by some government officials in a city called Ciudad Bolivar in Venezuela. This was back in the 1990s. It's a very powerful example of the power of name and also the power of story. So this young teen was playing ball with stones. That's what they had available to them. They were poor, and so they were throwing stones back and forth to each other, and his stone ended up going through the window of a military bus that was going by. One of the officers got off and shot him without any question, just shot him. He died. And this was not an unusual thing in those days. In those days, the youth were considered criminal and to be extinguished by the government officials. They were just numbers to them. They were not, individuals. And so that's what happens with the numbering and not naming people and not knowing their stories, is it can be very dehumanizing. So what happened then is that because of this targeting of the youth, 500 in the city alone, 500 youth had been killed by 1992. And I'm not sure what their time frame was, but this is what I read in the story. And Robert's mother, Maria Morales, decided enough was enough. And his name and his story began to spread through the media and through the city. His story became well known, very similar to George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. He became very well known, his life became very well known. And as a result, his mother and some other adults organized, along with a lot of adolescents, an organization called Nonviolent Action Group. And I took this story from the Engaging Nonviolence curriculum that I'm co-facilitating right now through the city of Wilmington. It really touched me and spoke to me about what we're talking about today. So this is what the group did. They decided to do demonstrations that they called the Carnival of Life. They dressed up in costume, they played their instruments, they danced, they sang, they did a whole variety of different things. This was their protest. But then they also spoke to the issues of the targeting of youth and wanting a change. They held public debates. They were so engaging that even the police began to join them and dance with them and play with them. And what happened over time then was that the government paid attention and policy began to change. And pretty soon, Ciudad Bolivar was investing in its youth, in the youth's education, in sports, in employment opportunities, in recreation, in art. Yes, in the arts too, Shaya and Lisa, in the arts. And what happened then is a true change in the environment of that particular city. So this story to me speaks so beautifully of not only the nonviolent movement as a way to create change, but the creativity that can take place and the effectiveness that that has in creating change. And a lot of it, the key was that that there was a focus on one person, someone, Robert Morales. They said his name and they told his story. So as we say the names of those lives who have touched us, as we remember and reflect and honor the divine within them, we are allowing their story and their love to live in us and to enrich our lives. So I've put together a water ceremony, and throughout the world, there are what they call libation ceremonies. So I looked at a couple online, but I thought, let's focus on water, because water, think about it, our bodies are 60% water. The earth is 71% water on its surface. Water is vital to life. It's vital to survival. And it is a symbol of the continuity of life. This particular tradition, the water ceremony, comes from West Africa. And so I want to honor our West African brothers and sisters for bringing this beautiful idea to our country. And so pouring the water in the ceremony symbolizes the purification and the nourishment of our souls. So I'd like you to feel that as I pour the water. You can see the water is over here. I have this beautiful plant that I got from Kelly that is a fuchsia that is, you can't see it, but it's here on the table. And that's where I'm going to be pouring the water as we move through the ceremony. So basically, I'm going to be inviting you, first of all, this is a participatory. So if you have a glass of water, that's great, because as I pour the water, I invite you to drink your water and participate. But I also invite you to participate by saying ashe when it's time to say ashe. I have all different segments, different statements that I'll be making. And then I'll say ashe, and I want you to repeat ashe right after me, and you'll hear Michelle doing the repeat. Pardon? Oh, ashe means in African means and so it is, or make it so. It's the same kind of idea. And I'm going to be also asking you to say names out loud. You can all do it because you're in your own separate places, but to say names out loud of those who've touched you in these different segments, and it'll be personal to you. I also, okay, I already told you about drinking the water while I'm pouring, if you have water with you. Okay, so these are honoring statements. Let us begin by placing both of our feet on the floor, planting ourselves like trees in the soil of Mother Earth, just in intention, sending energy roots all the way down. But this time we're going to go to the water table below us, putting our roots into the water table below the earth. On the exhale, I'd like you to release all distractions and all tension into the water table below where it's dissolved. And then on the inhale, breathe in the purity and nourishment of the water into your body temples, and just see it as this beautiful fluid light that comes. And with each exhale, you're releasing that which doesn't serve you, and with inhale, you're inhaling the nourishment and the purity of the water, purifying the body temple, purifying the mind, purifying your emotions, feeling more and more fluid, flexible, and vibrant with each inhale. So just do about 3 inhales and exhales. And so let us begin by honoring and recognizing the one source called by many names. And so I invite you to say the names. Say the names of God that come to mind for you, of the one life. Allah, Yahweh, love, peace, joy, intelligence, universal mind, grace, beauty, harmony. Say the names. Ashe,
Ashe.
so I'm just going to hold on to the water. So let us now honor, recognize, and celebrate the coming together of our spiritual community. Let us say the names of those in our spiritual community who have touched us. Say their names. Ashe.
Ashe.
And so I now pour water, life-giving water, in their honor. Let us now honor, celebrate, and recognize the spiritual teachers that came before us. You know, we in our spiritual community, we recognize and celebrate these teachers often by talking about them, whether it's Ernest Holmes or Thomas Troward or Emma Curtis Hopkins or any of the other spiritual teachers. We do their quotes quite often. So what I'd like you to do now is to remember the men, the women, the people from different backgrounds and cultures, religions, indigenous people, people of color who have touched us, spiritual teachers, not only from New Thought, but spiritual teachers. And I'm thinking of like Jesus the Christ and Buddha and Muhammad and Krishna and Mother Mary and White Buffalo Woman and Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King. And so just continue on. I'm going to do it silently, but I'll give you some space to do it on your own. Ashe.
Ashe.
So let us now honor and celebrate those who came before us, those who encouraged us, wiped our tears, believed in us, our ancestors, our elders, our mentors. Let us honor and give thanks and celebrate by saying their names. So I'm going to say mine silently, and I invite you to say those mentors, elders, ancestors who have touched you. Ashe.
Ashe.
And let us now use this opportunity to recommit to not only being an open and welcoming community, but to being an inclusive community. Let us honor, celebrate, and recognize the diverse peoples of the world, our brothers and sisters whose culture, religious teachings, sexual orientation, inventions, and other contributions have made a difference in our lives by saying their names. And so just say their names out loud. I'm going to be saying mine to myself. Let us acknowledge the gift they have given us by their presence, by saying Ashe.
Ashe.
Howard Thurman once said, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it." Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. I love that. An illustration that I would like to share with you is something that I read in Optimist Daily this past week. It's researchers who came alive in Netherlands and wanted to do something about the wind turbine that had some problems, our usual wind turbines. So they developed a small wind turbine that looks like a flower. They call them flower turbines. They're less noisy, take up less space, and are not a threat to birds or bats. They can be put on buildings, and they look like pieces of art. They're appealing, they're aerodynamic, and they generate renewable energy very safely in urban areas. They're being used right now in the Netherlands and Germany, and they actually produce more energy per square meter than solar panels in windy areas. So ask yourself, as someone's answered prayer, who and what am I called to be and to do today? Today. Just bring it into today. And now say your own name, Kathleen Johnson. Ashe.
Ashe.
I'll put this down. So, can you hear the inner call? You know, as individuals, as a spiritual community, we have a lot to offer the planet. We offer not only our own consciousness, our own presence, we offer spiritual teaching that transforms lives, a spiritual teaching that when we rise up into that state of oneness consciousness is revolutionary in nature, right? It's like it dispels that thing called separation consciousness. It dispels that thing that's called all of these different isms that have caused so much suffering in humanity. So we are here to be the revolutionary healing change on the planet. I'd like you to feel that right now and repeat after me these beautiful commitments. Today, I commit to honoring those upon whose shoulders I stand. Today, I commit to honoring, Michelle.
Today I commit to honoring
those upon whose shoulders I stand.
those upon whose shoulders I stand.
Their names and their lives
Their names and their lives
impact my life, and I honor them.
impact my life, and I honor them.
I commit to taking the necessary action
I commit to taking the necessary action
to rise up
to rise up
and demonstrate a new level of presence
and demonstrate a new level of presence
and creative action
and creative action
that ripples out from where I am and what I do.
that ripples out from where I am and what I do.
I rise up and lead.
I rise up and lead.
I am someone's answered prayer.
I am someone's answered prayer.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Namaste, my friends. Okay, and I would now like to introduce to you Deb, who has a song that goes with this topic. She wrote it just for this topic, and so I'm just so honored to share this beautiful spiritual teaching with you, Deb, and the gifts that you bring.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm excited to sing this song for you. And let's hold all of these people, the ones we know personally and not personally, in our hearts and in our minds. This song is called Honor You. Reflecting in the mirror, you keep getting clearer, shining here through my face. Looking at your pictures, you're so much more than fiction. The life you lived cannot be erased, 'cause love is forever and life never ends, as it goes around in circles and comes back again. So I honor you, I cherish you, I will tell your story with every breath, each conscious step. I will sing your glory with my hands, with my voice, with my life, with my choice, with my every move. I will honor you. Walking in your footsteps, the goodness that each one left, always giving more than you would take. You left nothing broken, unhealed or unspoken. You blessed us with your world of grace. Your spirit lives forever in every child's heart, and I'll carry you in mine like the miracle you are. And I'll honor you, I'll cherish you, I will tell your story with every breath, each conscious step. I will paint your glory with my hands, with my voice, with my life, with my choice, with my every move. I will honor you. And I pray that when I leave this world, my spirit will go on and find the breath flowing free and strong through everyone who sings my song. And they'll honor you, they'll cherish you, they will tell your story with every breath, each conscious step. They will dance your glory with their hands, with their voice, with their lives, with their choice, with their every move. They will honor you with our hands, with our voice, with our lives, with our choice, with each new thought we choose. Together we will honor thank you so much. I honor every single one of you. Thank you. And I think we're bringing on Bruce next, right? Or Bruce.
Thank you, Deb. That was a beautiful song, and it touched my spirit. Good morning, everyone. Each week, the Social Justice Initiative Ministry shares a practice from the Association of Global New Thought for the Cultivating a Nonviolent Mindset. This week, practice is responsibility. The quality of your community starts with you. Together, we're learning to practice nonviolence one step at a time, one choice at a time, one day at a time. Through our daily nonviolent choices and action, each of us in our own way move the world in the direction of peace. Thank you, everyone. And now I pass this back to Tom.
Well, thank you, Bruce. If you've received inspiration today, then now is the time to give thanks and generously give to the good work of CSL Delaware. Imagine your intended offering in your hands, and then place your hands over your heart and say with me our offertory blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies this offering. The Spirit gives abundantly, I receive thankfully, and give again generously. This is the bounty of God, and I send it forth with wisdom and joy. Divine love bountifully supplies and increases this offering. I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving. You may send your offerings by PayPal or check by pressing the donate button on the website homepage. Just click the link in our chat. Thank you. Want to make a difference? Donate to the CSL Delaware Benevolence Fund. Simply mark it as Benevolent Fund, and to receive financial support from the fund, contact a Board of Trustees member. Please type prayer in the chat if you desire after service prayer with Brenda. You can also send your prayer requests by phone or email to Peggy Fry Moyer, and the practitioners will pray for you for 1 week. This will be my last time presenting the announcements by Zoom, as we are we'll be holding our live services on June 6th. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the flawless Zoom services provided by Reverend Kathleen, Michelle, and Dan. We all speak from our hearts and sit when we say we are blessed to have been able to be present with CSL services through these times of COVID-19 and all that has unfolded in this world at this time. Thank you from my heart. What a blessing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And at this time, I'd like to bring Deb back. And hello, Deb.
Hi, Tom. Getting a little choked up over there.
Oh,
Getting
yes, I
yourself
am.
Well, we're all in this together, and pretty soon we'll all be in Delaware together. So let's sing this song as we get ready to come back together. We're all in this together. Oh, we're all in this together. Yeah, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. With one heart, life was begun, flowing love to everyone. There is no place outside this love. Life is one for all and all for one, 'cause we're all in this together. love in our eyes. Every beat of the heart of man returns us to our source again. So together we grow and together we stand and co-create this sacred plan, 'cause we're all in this together, together in truth. We're all in this together, together in trust. We're all in this together with one heart. We're all in this together, together in love. We're all in this together. Ooh, we're all in this together. Yeah. Yes, we are. We're all in this together. We're all in this together with love in our eyes. Love you all so much, so much. Thank you so much for always being there and here on Sundays. I'd love to bring back Reverend Kathleen.
Deb. Oh, okay. Thank you, Deb. I love that song. I love you. I love all of us. We are an amazing spiritual community. And so just remember the importance of the names, saying the names. At the beginning of the service, we read the names out of all the people who were here on Zoom. And I know a few of you have joined us since then. So Michelle, would you call out the names of maybe the ones who weren't called out before? Because we want to just honor you.
I'll do my best. Let's see. I'm not sure Janet had been on yet, so Janet Davis. And Casey hadn't been on yet, so Casey. And I'm not sure if Marcy had been on yet, so Marcy Knox, Mark Parks, Mary B, Melanie McCloskey, Marsha Carlo, Ray Regan, and Rose, Dia Nuzio. Sandy and Charlie Curtis are on, so Sandy and Charlie Curtis.
Sandy Long and Charlie Curtis.
Sandy Long and Charlie Curtis.
Right.
And I think the rest had already been on.
Okay, lovely. So the value of saying our name, saying their names, the power of knowing their story. Let's remember to take that with us this week. So let's end with a closing prayer. Again, one of our beloved prayers from Ernest Holmes, and just repeat after me. Perfect God within me.
Perfect God within me.
Perfect life within me, which is God.
Perfect life within me, which is God.
Come forth into expression through me.
Come forth into expression through me.
As that which I am.
As that which I am.
Lead me ever on the path of all-inclusive love.
Lead me ever on the path of all-inclusive love.
And cause me to see.
And cause me to see.
The infinite good.
The infinite good.
That means the infinite divine in all people. And so it is.
And so it is.
Lovely. Okay, my friends. Remember, we have a hike today at Judge Morris State Park. It's on Polly Drummond Hill Road. So I will see you in the parking lot at 2 p.m. Okay? Take care. Love you all.
Brett is on to be able to answer any questions about timing or location.
Brett Taylor was here today too.
All right, everyone, just take a minute to wave to everybody on Facebook. We're so glad you were here.